She's been digging for 6 hours straight. Her claws, thick, curved, and powerful enough to rip through compacted clay, have moved roughly half a ton of earth since sunrise, and she's not even close to finished. This is a European badger, and she's not just digging a hole. She's expanding an underground city. Welcome to the set. Now, when most people think of animal homes, they picture something simple. A bird's nest, a rabbit's warren, maybe a beaver dam if they're feeling ambitious. But badger sets, they're in a completely different league. Some of these underground structures have been in continuous use for over a century. We're talking about burrow systems that predate world wars, that have sheltered dozens of generations, that have been passed down like family estates, except the inheritance is measured in tunnels rather than money. And here's the thing, badgers don't just inherit these homes, they improve them. The set our female is working on right now has been occupied for approximately 80 years. It currently spans over 50 meters in total tunnel length, features multiple entrances and exits, and contains specialized chambers for sleeping, for hygiene, and yes, even for raising young. But let's back up. How does something like this even get started? It begins with location. Badgers are remarkably picky about real estate. They prefer sloped ground, ideally a hillside or embankment, because slopes provide natural drainage. Water runs downhill, away from the tunnels, keeping the interior dry even during heavy rains. They also favor areas with sandy or loamy soil. Too much clay, and digging becomes exhausting. Too much rock, and it becomes impossible. Once they've found the right spot, the excavation begins. A badger's front claws are essentially biological pickaxes. They're elongated, slightly curved, and backed by powerful forearm muscles that allow for sustained digging. The hind legs, meanwhile, kick the loosened soil backward in a steady rhythm. It's efficient, it's relentless, and it produces results. A single badger can move up to 40 kilograms of soil in one night. But here's where it gets interesting. They rarely work alone. Badgers are among the most social members of the mustelid family. While their cousins wolverines, otters, weasels tend toward solitary lives, badgers form clans. These family groups typically number between 4 and 12 individuals, though larger clans have been documented. And within these clans, there's a division of labor that would impress any project manager. The dominant female often directs expansion efforts, choosing which tunnels to extend and which chambers to enlarge. Subordinate adults handle much of the actual digging. Even the youngest members contribute, learning the craft by watching their elders and gradually taking on small tasks. It's cooperative construction at its finest. Now let's talk architecture. A mature set is not a random network of tunnels. It's a deliberately organized space with distinct zones for distinct purposes. The main sleeping chambers, called bedding chambers by researchers, are typically located deep within the set, well insulated from temperature fluctuations and protected from predators. These chambers are lined with dried grass, leaves, bracken, and other plant material that badgers collect from the surrounding forest. And they change this bedding regularly. This might seem like a minor detail, but it's actually remarkable. Badgers are one of the few wild mammals that actively maintain hygiene within their homes. They remove old soiled bedding and replace it with fresh material, sometimes as often as every few days. This behavior reduces parasite loads and prevents the buildup of waste products. Speaking of waste, badgers don't defecate inside the set. Instead, they dig small latrine pits outside the entrance, designated bathroom areas that keep the interior clean. These latrines serve a dual purpose: sanitation and communication. The scent marks left at latrine sites convey information about clan membership, individual identity, and reproductive status. It's a bulletin board and a bathroom all in one. But perhaps the most impressive feature of set design is the ventilation system. Deep underground, air can become stale and oxygen depleted. Badgers solve this problem through strategic tunnel placement. Multiple entrances at varying elevations create natural airflow. Warm air rises and exits through upper openings, while cooler, fresh air enters through lower ones. It's passive ventilation, the same principle used in traditional human architecture for centuries. The badgers figured it out first. Now all of this construction serves a fundamental purpose: safety. The forest is full of threats. Foxes, large birds of prey, and in some regions, wolves, all pose dangers to badgers, particularly to vulnerable cubs. The set provides protection that no above-ground shelter could match. The narrow tunnel entrances, typically about 30 centimeters in diameter, are sized precisely for badger bodies. Larger predators simply cannot fit, and even if a threat does approach, the complex tunnel network offers multiple escape routes. A badger cornered in one passage can retreat through connecting tunnels and exit from a completely different location. It's a fortress with built-in escape hatches. But defense isn't the only benefit of communal living. Thermoregulation is another major advantage. Underground temperatures remain relatively stable year-round, hovering between 10 and 15 degrees Celsius, regardless of surface conditions. Thermoregulation is another major advantage. Underground temperatures remain relatively stable year-round, hovering between 10 and 15 degrees Celsius, regardless of surface conditions. During harsh winters, multiple badgers sharing a chamber generate collective body heat, reducing individual energy expenditure. During harsh winters, multiple badgers sharing a chamber generate collective body heat, reducing individual energy expenditure. During hot summers, the cool earth provides natural air conditioning. The group makes the system work better. And then there's the social dimension. Badger clans develop complex relationships. Individuals recognize each other by scent and behavior. Badger clans develop complex relationships. They engage in mutual grooming, a behavior called allogrooming, which strengthens social bonds and helps remove parasites. They play together, rest together, and in times of danger, defend each other. The set is where these bonds form and deepen. Young badgers, born in early spring, spend their first weeks entirely underground. They're blind at birth, helpless, completely dependent on their mother and the protection the set provides. As they grow, they begin exploring the tunnel network, learning its layout through repeated wandering. By the time they're ready to venture outside, they know every passage, every chamber, every exit. The set isn't just where they live. It's where they learn what it means to be a badger. There's something else worth noting here. Badger sets often house more than just badgers. Foxes, rabbits, and various other animals have been documented sharing set systems with their badger neighbors. These arrangements are usually peaceful. The different species occupy separate sections of the tunnel network, maintaining respectful distance while benefiting from the shared infrastructure. It's cohabitation, underground style. Researchers have spent decades studying these dynamics, and what they've found challenges simple narratives about competition and territory. Yes, badgers defend their home ranges. Yes, they can be aggressive toward intruders. But within the set itself, there's a remarkable tolerance, a willingness to share space that suggests something deeper than mere instinct. Community, it turns out, isn't uniquely human. Now, let's return to our female badger, still digging as evening approaches. The tunnel she's excavating will connect two previously separate chambers, creating a more efficient route between the sleeping quarters and a secondary exit. It's not glamorous work. It's repetitive, exhausting, and largely invisible. Most of her clan will never know who dug this particular passage. But it matters. Every improvement strengthens the set. Every new tunnel offers another option, another path, another layer of security. The work she does tonight will benefit badgers she'll never meet, generations that will inherit this home long after she's gone. That's the thing about building for community. The benefits extend beyond any single individual. The effort compounds over time, each contribution adding to a collective resource that grows more valuable with each passing year. An 80-year-old set represents thousands of hours of labor, hundreds of decisions, countless small improvements by badgers, who understood, perhaps instinctively, that their work served something larger than themselves. And what does that teach us about belonging? Maybe this, that home isn't just shelter. It's investment. It's the accumulated care of those who came before and the inherited responsibility to maintain it for those who come after. It's the knowledge that your individual effort, however small, becomes part of something that outlasts you. The badger emerges from her tunnel as darkness falls. She shakes the soil from her fur, takes a long breath of night air, and begins her forage. Tomorrow she'll dig again. The set will grow. The clan will continue. And the forest will keep its secret cities hidden just beneath our feet.